Hey everyone. Make sure it's recording. Um, it's been a while, a few months since I recorded, and I decided to name my channel, give my channel a new name, and it's kind of in honor of Bob Weir passing away. Touch of Grey, which is, I don't know if that's my favorite Grateful Dead song, but it's definitely one of them. See all this gray? And then this is I love my stripe. I've got a stripe. A Bonnie Raitt stripe, I call it. Um, a lot has happened in the last few months. Some not great stuff happened, but that's part of life. I had trouble with vertigo. I don't know if I ever talked about that. And I took a fall in November, which we still haven't quite figured out exactly kind of like what happened, because I really wasn't having vertigo much. I was having a little bit of dizziness, but not like debilitating. And I came walking out of the grocery store on a beautiful day and literally dropped like a sack of potatoes, like just bang. And I didn't trip. It wasn't, I've gone over it and over it in my head. I didn't trip on anything. And literally, it was almost like I passed out for a split second. So, I don't know. But I do know that I also, and I cracked my ribs pretty good. So, I don't know if they were broken or not. I never went and got x-rayed, but I at least bruised them pretty darn good. So, that was really unexpected, and it just knocked the wind out of me for real for weeks. I think it was like November, second week in November, and I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything for at least 2 weeks. And a couple things happened in those 2 weeks as well. I got diagnosed with diabetes 2. And, excuse me, I got my heart checked out, and my heart's fine, which is great, because they were a little concerned that possibly it was maybe a heart issue, but that's not what happened. But my blood sugar's high enough to be considered a diabetic now, and I do still have vertigo from time to time, although I will say it's better. And so I started taking some powerful, just vitamins, but I read that vertigo can be caused, or at least can be partially caused or made worse by being lacking in B vitamins. So I got some good vitamins, started taking those, and then the doctor wanted to put me on medication for the diabetes. And then also I went to my OBGYN because of the new regulations with hormonal replacement therapy. Basically, women can get it again. I said I would like to try that because I feel like menopause is really much worse than I anticipated it was going to be. Because interestingly, I went through menopause pretty much around the same time that I quit drinking and smoking, which I was almost a 2-bottle-a-day wine drinker and a pack of cigarettes a day for many years. At least a bottle of wine a day, sometimes 2, and a pack of smokes. So, I mean, that was for 20 years. Really, I mean, not consistently for 20 years, but consistently for at least the last, maybe going on 10 years. So 2 years ago, I'm 2 years sober. On January 1st, 2026, that's my 2-year whatever, anniversary. And I thought I was going to feel much, much better. But coincidentally, I went through menopause at the same time. Um, and I did eat a lot of sugar to compensate for not drinking. So I figured that I had to do a lot with my blood sugar and my weight gain because I put on so much weight in the last, in the last 10 years, but especially in the last, basically since I quit drinking and started eating candy. I mean, I'm the heaviest by far that I've ever been. I'm going between 200 and 210. And so, going back, went to the OBGYN. She said, okay, well, let's try some estrogen patches with progesterone. And then my other doctor has put me on Mounjaro. And how do I afford this? I have Medicaid, believe it or not, because I haven't worked in. Oh, well, there's another part to this I completely forgot, which is kind of crazy. So 2 weeks after I fell down and hurt my ribs, I started 3 weeks later, I was feeling much better. I felt like I could finally get back to work. And this was right before Christmas. And I went out to do Spark, which is a delivery company that is Walmart's delivery company. And I started doing that. And my son and I worked one day together because he just kind of he said, I'll tag along and help if you want. And I said, well, sure. And we got this huge order. It was a super cold day. It was, like I said, Christmas was coming, so it was starting to really pick up. Business was picking up. And that morning, I pulled my back before work, and I felt it. I have been having back issues for 30 years now at this point. And I'm going to have to pause this. So I hurt my back that morning. Like I said, I call it tweaking my back, just a sharp pain in my lower back. And I said, oh, no, but I'm working today. To myself, I was like, I'm working today. Nothing's going to stop me. I need to make some money. So me and my son went out and we worked, and it was busy and we worked hard. And it was one of those cold, windy days. And, my whole lower back down my leg was, that whole day was hurting, but I just worked through it. And, by the end of the day, it's okay. We got home and, I was, we were both like kind of froze. That was my son. We were both kind of frozen and exhausted from the day. And I think we kind of ate, and I got into bed and took some Advil, went to sleep. And when I woke up around 3 a.m, I had the worst pain in my back shooting down my whole leg, which I knew was sciatica because I've had it before. And I was like, oh no, not sciatica, because since I have had it before, I knew the sciatica is terrible, and also it can last for weeks. So I think I just took some more Advil and tried to sleep. And that was the beginning of a nightmare that lasted, I'm still dealing with it a month later. And hold on. Sorry, my son is going up in the attic trying to find something. So, yeah. So that started a month-long nightmare sciatica flare-up that was beyond, by far. What? Stop here. He found something we've been looking for. This is a miracle. I gotta go. So, anyway, it was literally it was crippling. I couldn't walk. Looking back, they say hindsight's 2020. I should have gone straight to the urgent care and probably gotten a shot, like you know, a pain shot and a cortisone shot immediately because it lasted and it was horrible pain, horrible. I did go to the doctor in between or after a week or so, and she didn't give me a shot because she said your blood sugar's already, we hadn't been able to put me on medication for the blood sugar yet. She said, well, those shots can make your blood sugar go up. But you know what, looking back on it, I could care less. I'll never go through that pain ever again. And I'm still dealing with it, still. So it's been kind of rough. uh, Unexpected things. And I guess that is part of getting older. I just turned 56. So I guess part of getting older can be unexpected health things, right? But the cool thing is that I have read a lot, studied a lot about HRT, which is the hormone replacement therapy, and then also the GLP-1s, which is Mounjaro is the one I'm going on. I'm going to start on Monday. Hopefully, we'll get my blood sugar under control, and hopefully, I will be able to lose some weight. Because I think, honestly, two of the reasons that I had each of those issues, falling from vertigo and then getting a horrible sciatica flare-up, are both related to hormones and weight. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to address both of those at the same time. I did just start my hormone replacement therapy this past week. It's been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is day 5. And I have to report that even in just 5 days, I actually feel a little better as physically, as far as like energy wise. I feel better. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like I have a little more energy. I told my son I actually feel more like myself is what it feels almost like. It's like, oh, I remember feeling like this. So even though it's only been a few days, I'm already feeling a good result. Is, you know what I'm saying? It's like so far so good, and also I think I'm feeling better already, which is great. And then on Monday coming up, I'm going to start the GLP-1, and also in conjunction with that, I'm going to really modify my diet. I'm not going to cut out anything per se 100%, because every time I try that, I don't do well with it. So I think I'm just going to try really hard to keep my sugar intake, of course, as low as possible, but not 100%. I'm not going to do all sugar-free, everything, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to allow myself to definitely have fruit, lots of fruit, and if I want a piece of chocolate, I'm going to have it. So, but I also want to, take in as little sugar as possible, but also take in as little processed foods as possible. So that'll be a big part of it as well. Exercise is going to have to come later because I'm still having a lot of trouble with my feet, my ankles, my back. Everything hurts. That's just going to be a slow going. But I'm very hopeful that I'm hoping at least, let's see, if I start on Monday, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I might start to feel better and maybe lose a couple of pounds. So that's what this whole journey is going to be. And I'm going to start doing weekly videos to keep you, if you're interested, to follow me on my journey. And I'm excited. So I just wanted to kind of give an update on what's been going on and what is coming. So I hope you join me. Thanks a lot. Bye.